Hello, hello. How's it going? Didn't sleep as much as I wanted to, but still, I'm doing way better than yesterday. God damn. Alright. Today, I want to start by Yapfest a little bit. Okay, we need to Yapfest. Let's just get this started. I saw something on Reuters. I always say Reuters, but it's Reuters, right? That's how you say their name. How do you say Reuters? Reuters? Rhyming with stew. Stew? Stew? Rue?
We are looking at how to pronounce the name of this international news organization that employs some 2,500 journalists
Why is
and
it that
600
long?
photojournalists
That must
in
be a
about
joke.
200 locations worldwide. The agency was established in London in 1851 by the German-born Paul Reuter. So how do you go about pronouncing it? You've heard it, Reuters.
Reuters. Okay. So I was fucking it up. Has it been done by Paul Reuters? He was German born. And he managed to get his ass to become like a baron or like his children have a title. Okay. We're not helping the memes here. Okay. Fuck. Could I have his children? God damn. He killed himself after financial difficulties. Is it the meme that everybody there will like have killed themselves? Okay, could I have... No, it's really them. Wait, let's go the other way. Yep, it's them. Because the it's like one of the richest company in Canada, and they're not exclusively in Canada. Canada, UK, okay? Canada, UK. Do we have like a Canada mention in there? Yeah, we're good. Canada Square in London. Ooh, we got a Canada Square in London. Okay. All of that because I wanted to know how to say the name. All right. That's what fucked my brain. Bro, really? Exclusive. Pentagon email floats suspending Spain. Let's put the music. Suspending Spain from NATO. Other steps over Iran rift, source says. Now, suspending Spain from NATO, that's like very fucking bad, but... Well, first of all, they don't really have the power to do so unilaterally, technically. So we're essentially saying the end of NATO, ... But the second thing, Pentagon email explores way to hold NATO ally accountable. Accountable? After Iran war rift, US official says, option include suspending Spain from NATO, reviewing UK claims to the Falkland. What the fuck? Do I need to Google map your ass right now? Do I need to... Maybe if I... Fuck! I'll get there. Okay, I'm sorry, but... The Falkland, when you look at a map, might feel close to Argentina, which are the people trying to make a claim here. But everybody that lives there recognize themselves as either Falklanders or UK people. And second, let's measure the distance. Okay, measure the distance from the tip to what's the nearest thing? Do we think it's here? 300 kilometers. 500. Okay, so the best argument we can make. 368 kilometers. Now, I don't know for you, but your exclusive economic zone, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm retarded and it touches it. Can I have a map for this one? Can we even make an argument? Okay, so technically, without the EEE of this one, it would slightly touch it. God damn, we're stretching the argument here. So, essentially, the US is like, yeah, let's make... We're going to fucking put our weight behind one of the weakest claim that we could fucking see. Bro! Like, the only claim that they have with, like, Okay, the reason why Argentina claims the Falkland, besides the fact that yeah, we're close, it's because Spain actually colonized it before, Wait, am I fucking people up? Would that be a possible argument? Yeah. Okay. I'm not retarded. My brain was like fucking things up mentally. But Spain colonized it first and then dropped from there. But Argentina never dropped the claim. Alright. So, retarded statement. We have laterally retarded statement. And let me remind everyone, NATO is a defensive alliance. It's not meant to go somewhere and fuck shit up for the memes. It's defensive. And if... You know what? Let's make... Hi, MB. Let's make a fucking argument for them, okay? I'll make an argument. If the US want to make the argument that Iran was like an imminent danger and they were about to fucking nuke shit up or have a nuke, I'm sensible to that argument. I'm actually pulled by that. But the way that you solve this shit is not by going in gun blazing as soon as Bibi Netanyahu comes in your office and that's like, Mr. President, you're going to be the greatest. No other president have done it. We're going to fuck Iran up like never before. Nobody did it before. Nobody did it. And just fucking go and be like, what the fuck are allies? And then when the whole fucking Gulf region is on fire and everybody, and I mean everybody, like the Gulf state, the EU, Canada, like everyone is lit. Australia? let's leave him in. Well, essentially the whole world but Russia is fucking triggered. The generals in this Iran will be true. If there ain't no grass, turn it to glass. So that's pretty much their philosophy. And it's like, bro, are you retarded? The proposal designed to decrease European allies' sense of entitlement. God damn. And that's like, that's private emails that they, that Reuters got their hand on. Yeah, emails. So, like, fuck. It's so retarded. Like, I don't even know how bad I want to argue this. Like, there's so many things wrong with this. Like, I think that something that we need to, as, like, citizen of the world, just keep in mind, always, keep in mind. People think that the world works like this. So here you have the negotiation power. So the power that's done just by negotiation, right? So when you enter treaties, when you negotiate, when you go to Iran and you say, okay, we're going to negotiate away the fact that you enrich your uranium, or we're going to try to sanction you out of existence, or we're like, people think that the power inside of these actions are like very small. But when you go to military power, military, is that how we write military? Goddamn power. They think like it's a big thing, fucking powerful, and they use like dumb names for it, like real politique. Oh yeah, we're gonna go and fuck shit up. Pew, 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 pew. But the reality, it's the inverse, right? There is no world. So, negotiation, military. So, like, that's something that we need to shape our brain to. Because as soon as we understand this, this is where, especially what Mark Carney's saying, like, that we can stop pretending and start actually negotiating shit, doing our own things. Like, that starts making sense, because the military, let's think about this. Whenever Trump was negotiating with Iran, first of all had no faith in them, because Trump completely forgo negotiations with good faith. Like, he's just going to rape you into submission, pretty much. That's his attempt. That's what the fuck he does. So, like, they're not going to negotiate with him. They're just going to say no, always no, because if they negotiate, they know that he might just come back and to the negotiation table and say, now I want more. So this power is completely gone. And when people think that the military is so much great, well, not really. Because how do you win a military conflict? Let's think about this. Let's think about this a bit more, right? You win a negotiation by going at the table and managing to get whatever the fuck you were set to get in that negotiation. If it took money, good, it took money. If it took international pressure, it took international pressure. But military, depending on what you're trying to do, you might be set out to try to genocide a population, and that's the only thing that you're going to do in order to get your result, right? Right now, Iran, they're never stopping. They're never agreeing, right? The best they're going to do is pretend like, okay, we're done, but we keep the Strait of Hormuz. Like this kind of dumb shit where Iran not only won, but won more. So, in this world, we need to keep, like, fuck, I'm phrasing this very badly, but we need to keep in mind that as soon as people say that we need to do military shit, that we need to do X and Y in a way to force somebody to do something, Iran knew from day one that there's going to be a lot of fucking death whenever they were to say no to the US. They knew it. But they also knew that Trump was not a good, like a fair negotiator. Put Biden in his place, and Iran would say to themselves, okay, he's negotiating, maybe we can get some kind of settlement, maybe you can get something. And when Biden would come and say, look, if you don't stop your dumb shit, I'm going to annex your ass, or I'm going to do some crazy shit, like in private say that. Well, that threat seems way more real and seems way more important because it's not already a given, right? There's a world where Biden doesn't annex you, doesn't try to fuck your shit up militarily. There was no world with Trump where what the Iranians did changed anything about the outcome that there would be a war. Anyway. Even military and in negotiation, surrender is always full of deal and other stuff. Yes, and that's okay, right? That's the world that we live in. But I feel like people are so fucking retarded, and they just think that they somehow think that launching missiles will like come up with a deal. And people also have no fucking clue what a deal is, right? They have no clue. Like, deals are written and they have enforcements and like they're important, right? Anyway, fuck. No, I saw that and I was like, that's fucking insane. So I don't see an ending in our excursion as long as Trump is implicated in the conflict. Well, right now we have in my view, one of the worst situation ever. Nobody will believe anything he says. Yes, but there's two things that can happen, right? Right now we have the war. There's two things. And Iran knows this, right? Keep in mind, Iran knows that this is the only two options that they are leaving the US. They are doing it voluntarily. Number one is US withdrawal. And when I say that, what I mean is... okay. What I'm saying is not like we sign a deal. Well, the US signs a deal. And there's an understanding of this, and that. No. At best, Iran will shut their fucking mouth internationally, but keep the Strait of Hormuz, and Trump will come back like a fucking battered wife, completely fucked. So that's number one thing that can happen. So, US withdrawal, it's unilateral, US got fucked. And that's very bad, right? Because we're saying at that point, the Strait of Hormuz now has a toll booth on it. So we have just, like, I think I talked about that another day, but like, we now have increased pressure on each fucking strait that exists in the world because everybody is going to want to make these toll booth. Like, keep in mind, this is 1/5 of Iranian GDP that they could extract from that fucking strait. Do you think they're just going to give that up? Goddamn, no. They're not retarded. So, that's number one. And number 2 is like infinite war, right? It is, we're going to go in, we're going to do regime change, we're going to have to kill the leader until there is no other leader, and we're going to need to stay there in order to foster a new government. Like, both of them are garbage. And frankly, like, the problem here is that my international mind is saying this is worse than this, right? Because this, you have just decreased security internationally an insane amount. Like, it's not even funny. Like, we're talking about a world where in 20 years, global shipping will be like a regional power thing. Like, if you want to be in the South China Sea, you better be friend with China. If you want to be in the Gulf, you better be friend with Iran. If you want to, like, this is going to be the fucking world we're in. And, like, there is no solution outside. Fuck, it's so frustrating because, like, there's one path, maybe. Let me blow my nose. Like, there's one path. One path I see, but this one is slim as fuck. The war keeps on until the midterms. The midterms in the US managed to put enough Democrat and people that give a shit about the US generally that they impeach Trump. And probably need to impeach Vance as well. Oh, they would need to impeach Trump and Vance. Because Vance is a pull-out kind of guy, okay? He doesn't give a shit. So we need to impeach both of these fuckers. And then whoever the fuck comes in would need to be a warmonger that would be into, like, say, okay, we reset relation. We're going to remove your... how do we call it? Not tariff. Fuck, that's retarded. Our embargo and our sanctions against Iran, but you don't get to keep this straight, and maybe they will start fucking listening. Hey, how are you, friend? Are you sick? A little bit, but as usual. We always are. Hello, Dmitry Yellow. I'm happy to see you. Deal with Trump is a deal with Darth Vader. Goddamn.
Lord Vader, you may take Captain Solo to Jabba the Hutt after I have Skywalker.
He's no good to me dead.
He will not be permanently damaged.
Lord Vader, what about Leia and the Wookiee?
They must never again leave this city.
That was never a condition of our agreement, nor was giving hand to this bounty hunter.
Perhaps you think you're being treated unfairly?
No.
Good. It would be unfortunate if I had to leave a garrison here.
This deal is getting worse all the time.
True. God damn. All right, again. It's grand time that we ditch NATO for our own fucking alliance with France and the UK. But the UK is too fucking spineless to do anything correctly. And France cannot unilaterally, with their fucking retarded population, do anything because they fucking hate their own government, even though Macron is the only reason they still have a fucking country. God damn. It feels so insane. How is it possible that I'm born in the only country in the fucking world that is governed by not retards? Can I get a Q on this? What the fuck? I don't know. Like, oh wow, they're blaming for... You know what, let me yap for like 2 more minutes and we're gonna start doing something productive. Like, I think that the thing that kills me the most through this is that the US will probably not become a fascistic state. And the only reason they won't is because gas price got higher. Hitler had, what, 30% of the vote? And he gassed the Jews. He fucked up Europe. Like, generationally fucked up Europe. The Americans had the best economy in the world. And they threw it away because they're fucking retarded. They threw it away for fascism. And right now, it's not like, there's not like a great fucking feeling inside of them that's like, oh, I made a mistake. I now recognize it's fascism. No. They're only doing it because they feel bad about gas prices. And about like, oh, fuck. Maybe the tariff do inflation. Or maybe inflation is up. At least Hitler had a fucking reason. At least the German had a reason. Like, there's more logic to gassing the Jews than whatever the fuck America is going through right now. I'm not saying that it's good. Like, I get that my daughter is going to know this because this we're probably still going to have like some lingering pain from this era that I'll have to explain to her. But like, if I have a granddaughter or if I have a grandson, like, how the fuck is this going to be explained? Yeah, America just had a fucking relapse in fascism for like 5 seconds. I don't know. Oh my god. Macron is in a lot of legal trouble? What? What are we talking about here? Get well soon. Me too, I'm sick. Oh. I hope the virus from both of you can bypass firewall. True. With my fault, I think that the US is going over. Please don't tell me that you believe that for real. Please don't tell me that. Please don't. Okay, phew. And just for anybody watching this shit, the military-industrial complex, it does exist. It's not a bad thing. Every country in the world, if you're American, maybe you don't know this, but every country in the world wants one. And it will make money, whether there's war or not. Because it turns out that the fear of war is good enough. And we're not getting rid of that anytime soon. Alright, I never heard Macron being in legal trouble. Like Candace Owen, yes, but like that's some... Are you mixing up Macron and Le Pen? Le Pen is the fascist. Like, love it or not, but France is fucked if Macron is not there, right? I'll blow my... Alright, I'm sorry. In the morning, my my nose is fucked. Alright, I want to address all of this. It's still coffee, but happy that you poured some too. We're having a fucking meeting! Okay. Okay, allies under investigation. Chief of Staff Alec Cutler. Charged with conflict of interest, just a... Alleged misconduct, despite a mass... Okay. Like, you get that that's the most generic thing. Like, I would... Goddamn, I would need to know... Okay, they have not been... There is just investigations. Are you fucking kidding me? And that's from 2022. Let's get him ad. Hater, a late rabbit, and a girl eye on mushroom. True. Like, these are weaker than what people add on Trudeau. Like, are we? Like, I don't care. Like, I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck. Like, I need something clear. Okay, here's how my mind works. Here's how my mind works. There's a threshold to things. There's buckets. Let's call them buckets. Because I feel like when you don't do that, your brain becomes mush and you fail to see the obvious difference between, like, bad things and very fucking bad things. Okay. There's buckets, okay? Let's name them. Bucket number 1 is things that happen... What the fuck happened here? Things that happen while you govern. While you govern, any party, all, there's going to be one minister that will fuck up an ethics thing somewhere. There's going to be one person that will fuck up, like, these small things, those happens, okay? So, things that happen while you govern. That's one thing. Second thing is bad things, okay? And I'm saying bad, like a soft. I should have put a little b, like... Fuck. Sorry, I'm bad at writing, not in cursive. Okay, so, like, bad things. Like, what example could I... Like, you being on the side of, like, your staff was accused of, like, sexual assault, and you're sticking with them, right? Like, small scandals, we could say. Small... Fuck. Scandals. That's another thing. And the last thing would be real impeachment shit, okay? Okay, and this is like a continuum, okay? So Trump has done like 15 of these, okay? 15? No, I'm retarded. 415, okay? At least. And Macron, we're talking about things that are, at worst, small scandals. Like, they're here. Like, we're... Like, come on. We're not talking about a real fucking thing. Right? Or else, I would not read like, oh, well, it's going to court and I'm not making fun of you. I'm making fun of the article, okay? It's going to court and we'll see. We would be having an article that lays out, this happened at this date, and they fucking killed the guy, and they raped his mother, right? So, when I see, okay, everything from like, here, everything to the left side of this, I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry. Like, unless it is back to back to back, I don't care. Because I know the alternative. The alternative in France is Le Pen or one of our cronies. Those people are literally paid by the Kremlin. Like, what are we talking about here? So when I see small scandals, I don't care. Like, those fly by my head. Like, do I think that they should not happen? Will I still condemn them? Will I still say that they shouldn't happen? Yes. And we should, right? If Mark Carney fucks up, I want us to tell him, no, that's bad. We don't want that. But am I going to be like, well, now I'm ambivalent about who wins an election? No, right? So when, the reason why I'm going so fucking hard at that, it's because, like, you say, I don't think he would be a good ally. He is literally the fucking backbone of Europe right now. Like, single-handedly. Like, we need a lot to impeach this guy, okay? He is holding Europe like this, okay? It is like... while everybody is trying to shred it apart. So, I mean... Anyway. And Sarkozy, the previous one, were they even in the same party? Fuck. I'm bad at this. Yeah, that's probably this one. Oh my god. They have so many parliament. Oh my fucking god, just... Okay. And it's been born from what? Like, I don't even know if they're related. That's my point. Like, Sarkozy. Sarkozy. Can we have his party? The Republicans. So, like, not the same. So, like, I don't care, right? I don't care. Okay, but some investigating journalists found some clues for badder things, but they have no formal proof. Then they have nothing. We need to stick on that, okay? Then they have nothing. Right? Like with Trump, like there's a dimension that I feel that people don't understand. I'm yelling because I'm emotional, okay? That's all. Like journalists, and I'm sorry, most of the time it's not journalists, it's slop it pieces, okay? Let's just be real. But you can do investigation and not have enough to indict someone, right? To not have enough to put someone in jail. That's fair. You can have enough to put someone in jail, right? And there's, again, let's do the continuum thing. There's a place where I would say, you know what? We're not quiet jail, but this is fucked. And we need a lot to do that. And normally when that happens, in my classification, it become a big scandal. It's not a small scandal. Small scandals usually are like we investigated something and we found something that looks bad. Is it bad? Actually, when we look into it, no. It's just a fuck up. It just looks bad. And that's my issue. There's a, like, looking bad. That's just looking bad. We need to think about that, right? It's just looking bad. Nothing bad happened. It just looked bad. Like, Trump make a crypto scam. Like, in any other instance, he would be in jail for the rest of his life. Just for that. And the same would be true from the opponent of Macron if they had the power. Because they actually fucking are. Can we get the legal issues? Convicted for defamation. Okay, that's not the big one. Can we have the assistant affair was ordered to stand trial after she was charged for paying the National Front Party official through fund earmarked for European Parliament assistance. Including 27 other, including her father, Jean-Marie, serve as co-defendant. Her trial for misappropriation of public fund was scheduled March to occur between some year. Can we have the fucking... What happened? On 31st of March 2025, 8 MPs, 12 assistants of the National Rally, and Le Pen were found guilty of embezzling the European Union funds by a Paris court. Le Pen received a 4-year prison sentence, 2 years of which were suspended in addition to a $100,000 fine. She did not begin serving those 2 years under house arrest immediately, as all appeal must be exhausted before this part. So right now we're saying she's not even in power. Keep that in mind. Not even in power. And she already should be in jail if it wasn't for the fact that there was an higher court. It's different kind. And we need to cater our discussion, cater our wordage to those kinds. It is a series of corruption issues. Corruption issues is just governing, right? You get that in my categories. Corruption issues, if we're talking about like 100,000 there that may be improper, or 100,000 there that may be improper, that's just governing. You're going to govern, and you're going to have a conflict of interest where people will see it as a corruption issue. That's just governing. And it is believed that is being put in court, only the tip of the iceberg. That's not how things work, MB. That's not how things work. I know that you know that the alternative is worse. Okay, I'm not saying that you're retard. I'm not saying that you are a retard. I don't know if my mic picked all of that up. Like, okay, when you go in court, I feel like people have no vision for what the court system is. When you go in court, first of all, when the government comes after you, when a prosecutor goes after you, generally, they have a 99% shut and close case, right? That should be what they do. They have a 99% shut and close. They have all the proofs they need. Maybe they're going to do some digging, right? Because they want to be extra sure, because they can have extra power given by the court to go and seek the 1% that maybe seals the deal. But this idea, and it's pervasive, right? You're not the only one saying this. The idea that the way that it works, it's not 99, is we have 10%. And let's go on a digging expedition. Let's go digging for percentage. Dora l'explorates. And we end up with a fucking conviction. That's not how things works. When you go to court, you're supposed to have a document where you say, I believe. I have strong, like, so strong that I'm in court right now. I believe, like, not believe, it's like 99.999%. This person is guilty. And I want to use the power of the court to show it and to remove right from this person. This is always a 99%. And if it's not, then there's an issue, right? Then maybe the lawsuit is frivolous, right? Maybe the prosecution is frivolous. So, like, I just don't know. Yes, but when we say that, do you have the article? I feel like I know that I'm asking a lot. If you have the article that you read, if it's one of them, I'll read them. But I feel like if we read them together, I can make you see how fucking retarded they are. Because they always are. It's like the only reason why they work is because we have faith in them. And as soon as we see them for what they are, which is often just it pieces, it becomes obvious. Like, if rooters cannot write something and say that you, like, possibly did a crime and not have to fucking quote Max, whoever the fuck is trying to attack you. Anyway, I actually found it funny when people criticize support for Ukraine. God damn, this one is a big one for me. You want to see me lit? That's... Anyway. Because if Ukraine is captured, the Russian will move on to Europe, and Europe is weak. True! 10 Ukrainian operators destroyed 2 NATO battalion in 1 day. I don't doubt it. Most of NATO, and I would include somewhat Canada in that, were untrained. Our armies are unserious. We have been living, well, especially in Europe, they have been living under this umbrella, the American umbrella. So Europe, the EU, and I'm making a broad distinction of the EU, okay, very broad. So the EU, like the German did not have to rearm. France did never really had to have that big of an army, right? Poland, all of that. Nobody had to have a big army because the US was saying, we'll guarantee you. We'll guarantee you. The US has had a soft guarantee through NATO over all the countries of the EU. Almost. So if something happened, big US will come help us. But now that we're seeing that the word of the US is absolutely useless, through what happened in Ukraine, now they're kind of being, oh fuck, maybe we need to do something. And like Canada too. Like we've been living as if we never needed this. And like, this is a rational thing to do for Canada and the EU, right? You're not going to spend a percentage of your GDP into something that is fucking useless. And in their point of view, it was useless. And I understand that. But now they're fucked, right? It was some time ago, and the article... fuck. You know what? I'll read all of this. Give me half a second. I need to go fucking pee. Okay. 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 And in France, the proof must be perfect, even if just to publish. Else they get sued for defamation. Yes, that's all journal. And by the way, that's everywhere. You know that, right? That's true in the US. That's true in Canada. You cannot directly say that that somebody did a crime unless you have some solid fucking proof. This is why people like Reuters, whenever they want to like state that an accusation has been done, they put quotes. That's why. You report that somebody said something, not that something happened. Each time Macron and his team are even mentioned in a corruption case, they sue for defamation. Well, let's just think about this. Would we expect, if you didn't do the corruption, like if you didn't do the corruption, you should sue, right? Are we, like there are two worlds here, right? World number one, wait, this is, I'm so sorry. What? MB, think about this. Okay. If let's create two world, okay? World number one, there is corruption. World number two, no corruption. Okay. So, both of them we assume, let's follow the steps that actually happen. We sue for defamation, okay? So, both. We sue for defamation. So, first step, we go, fuck, what's the name for collection? The first step, when you start a lawsuit, you collect for evidence and you put your evidence in with the judge. So I don't remember what the fuck the name is, okay? But essentially the fishing expedition stage, quote unquote, that's where it is. So if you did the corruption, you have just heightened the fuck out your chance of being found. Because now, the people that were accusing you of corruption now have some power to maybe show it. While, if you didn't do shit, they have some power to find absolutely fuck all because you didn't do shit. So in this reality, no corruption, defamation suit means that your enemy shut the fuck up and you're okay. And in the situation where you have corruption, means that there are two possible outcomes. Number one is your enemy is retarded and they shut the fuck up. Or your enemy is not retarded, which I would assume, and they go to court and they actually prove that you do have committed corruption. With now the magical heightened power of the court. Because they now can actually go get the final small evidence if they needed to. So why would they go through a defamation case if they're guilty? Well, there is one reason why you would. Because in the US it's actually happening with Patel, the FBI director. So, is he the FBI? Yeah, I think he is. So, if you are on a timeline, like if you know that your court case, nothing will come out of it before your political your political expiration date comes about, you can just do your defamation and hope that none of what's below happen in time. But it would actually happen afterward, right? But that would be really fucking dangerous. Because at this point, it would mean that after you're out of office, after you have no fucking power, your corruption would be... The light would be shed by some shitty journalists on your corruption. And now the actual fucking government could come after you. Good job, retard. So, like, we would want to sue for defamation. And I think it's a failure of our system in Canada to not do it, right? In Canada, we don't do it often. We should. Like, they're less intense because we're not in the, fuck, what's their name? National Post. Like, they're less intense because we're not in, currently, fucking words in an election cycle. But do you think the National Post would be that fucking retarded and would say so many egregious things if the Liberals just had a fucking lawyer that was dishing out some shoots left and right? No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't. It would solve a problem. It would help. Maybe the optics is bad because you seem like you want to litigate, like you're someone that tries to litigate these things, but the environment that we are fostering by letting these people fester is bad. He is not an ethical person. I don't know if we have achieved that. I don't know if we know that. I would not trust that he makes the right deal for the country alliance. I prefer looking at his past and seeing that every time that I see him on the news, it's for something good. France is different from here. The proof must be perfect. If not, the person being accused will sue for every time. Yes, as we should. What is allowed as proof in France is really limited. That doesn't mean that there isn't paper or other indices that there's a crime. Well, then you would be able to prove it whenever you get to court. It was some time ago, and in an article, they stay away from accusing interferer being sued, defamation. I think they even were sued. I'll not the article in question yet. Oh, fuck. Okay. He's on examen, legal case with the judge. I'll read real quick right after. I don't know if the source is good, trustworthy. It might be. Like, it's not even about anti-Micron or not, right? You can really fucking hate him. I really hate Poiliev. But if I start making up that he's a pedophile, like, I deserve what I get, right? So... in France, they are even more trigger-happy than the US. Judge would always side on the... No, that's retarded. You need to remove that, okay? You need to think about what you just wrote. Even before the case is in front of a judge, and before the article is even printed, you will never convince me that Micron are corrupt. Okay, when I said that you should remove that, I meant like, you should think about what you wrote. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that like, it is some... It's not... You're not banned from stating this as an opinion. Let me flesh that out, because maybe I'm being rude. I am being rude, okay? But I do love you, okay? I do love you. The court system exists. Courts are not perfect. I think we can all agree with that. The question is, how perfect are they? Now, my belief is that the court, and I have not been shown this to be different in France from Canada, like both... Probably Canada is a little bit more on the good side, but if we have a perfect to imperfect, like an Iranian court would be here, like that's Iran, okay? France would be probably like here, and Canada would be here. We are near perfection. Very fucking near. So when we say something like, the judge will just side, That doesn't exist. The judge does not have just a yuppie, I'm just going to give it to them. That's not how it works. Because the judge, like, unless France is majorly different from all court system in the world, the judge... Why did I put a dot there? The judge has to account to another judge, which is its superior judge, which has to account to another judge, right? This goes all the way up to some kind of Supreme Court. And the thing is, you need reason, right? So this judge might lose his job if he dishes out too many shit reason to the second judge. Same thing, the other side, right? If you dish out too many shit reason, you might lose your job. So these people, when they make judgment, you can actually go and read the judgment and the reason why, the thinking why. And here, there are two things that you can say. None of them are, by the way, none of them are that the judge is, like, magically just going one way. Number one is that the law is too strong on one side. Right? That's a fair thing to say. I would say that there are a lot of places where I think that France is too strong on one side. Like their workforce, their labor laws, they are unhinged. Like it's, I don't even know why you would employ someone in France. I don't know why. But that's not a judge problem, right? That's a law problem. Now, that's one thing. The second thing that you could say is that the process itself is fucked, right? So it happens sometime that the process and the time that it takes and the damage that you incur is different from the actual relief that the court can give. Example, Macron, if he gets called out as being corrupt, there's no relief that the court will be able to give. You get that, right? Macron being called corrupt, being accused of things that he did not do, nothing will solve that. Because people will still think it, even when the defamation case is over, and even if he won, they will still think that he's corrupt. So this is just a deterrent, right? So I would go as far as saying that even in a French situation that you're describing, Macron is still battling with one arm behind his back. This is why I'm kind of triggered when I see that we're not going after people like the National Post. They shut up because the bar for proof is too high. Almost no evidence is allowed. Like, no photo, no recording, no photo, no hacking. Like, I need to have some fucking proof there. Privacy protection. Okay. Fuck, we're asking. Is it true that in a defamation case in France, that is done by a politician like the president? Almost no proof is most of the time photos and videos and material that comes from acting isn't allowed. We'll check the article. Okay. I mean, we're starting strong. Like, I'm sure that if we go and look, like, if it's true, there's probably a very good fucking reason. Like, we have AI for this. On vous aurait bien fait un top 10 des macronistes confrontant la justice, mais sont déjà une quarantaine. Are we alone on this, or? Yes, we are. Okay, I won't translate. Il voudrait introduire la moralisation dans la vie publique. Et il promettait une république exemplaire. Au final, la grande loi portée sur les garde-sceaux, François Rêve. Okay. 22 condemnation. Okay. 22 condemnation. For how many years? 8 years. Okay. Wait, are we fucking kidding? Wait. Okay, these number match not because they're retarded, but because it just happens that they match. Okay. Fuck. Let me think about this. Are we going to see that those 22 condemnations... I only care about condemnations. No, we don't need to translate. We're fucking alone, okay? Those 22 condemnation, are they going to be high-ranking officials? Or are they going to be fucking clerks? Right? Let's see. Will they actually show that Macron himself is doing something bad? Or will it show that people are retarded? Let's see. Okay. I'm assuming that the first one should be the biggest, right? Secrétaire d'État chargé d'éducation prioritaire, Nathalie Lima, visée par une enquête administrative. Des accusations de harcèlement et maltraitance au temps de son... Ok. Ok. Harcèlement. Ok. Cour d'appel de Paris a reconnu coupable l'ex-ministre du Travail concernant l'octroi d'un marché public de l'eau. What the fuck do we mean by that? Wait. 2009? Since when is Macron in power? What? Am I... Okay. Okay. We're talking about something that happened before he was in power. Alright. Nice meme. Are we... Is this a fucking joke? Bro, this is like the third thing we read. There ain't no way. Une amende de 15,000 euros. Oh my god. Okay, so we have a small fuck up. And that was before he was there. Ok, Medipart relève que le parquet national financier a une ouverture en enquête préliminaire pour corruption et prise illégale d'intérêt. Le secrétaire d'État s'était fait ouvrir en 2017 des œuvres d'art par un dirigeant sort en affaires municipales, l'unité qu'il dirigeait alors. L'ancien socialiste sera perquisitionné. Okay, so we're talking about somebody that was in his coalition, not even his party? Wait. Let's go and check. Okay, so he... Okay. And when did this happen? Whoops, wrong thing, right? Wait, is the same guy? Wait, what the fuck? Oh, that's all the same guy. Oh, okay. So in 2017, now the month on that is probably pretty fucking important. But when did he start working with them? Oh boy. Okay. We're not going to have a date, right? Like we can just give them that this one is shit. Député mécanisme condamné. Prise illégale d'intérêt. Une forme de népotisme. Okay. What the fuck happened? Because right now what I'm seeing is I'm seeing retards. Like I'm not seeing... Okay, like we have not went through everything. But like, what are we talking about here? Like... Okay. Yes, it is generally true. Oh! In French law, material obtained through illegal means, such as hacking, theft, or unauthorized recording, is highly likely to be rejected as evidence in a defamation case, regardless of whether the plaintiff is an ordinary citizen or the President of the Republic. This stems from several strict foundation principles in the French legal system regarding evidence, privacy, and freedom of expression. The principle of loyauté de la preuve, fairness of evidence. The cornerstone of this issue in French legal doctrine is loyauté de la preuve. This principle dictates that the evidence must be obtained fairly and legally to be admissible in court. Hacking is a crime under the French Penal Code. In inadmissibility because material was obtained through an... Yeah, but here we're only talking about hacking. Well, if something was obtained illegally, I mean, that's true in Canada too, by the way. You cannot just do something illegal to try to absolve yourself. Defamation in France is primarily governed by a deeply entrenched law on freedom of the press. If a person is sued for defamation, their primary defense is often the exception de vérité. Okay, prove that something you're saying is fucking true. However, the court requires that the evidence used to prove the truth to be perfectly lawful. If a journalist or citizen tries to prove the claim against a politician using act videos or photo, the court will dismiss this evidence because the origin is illegal. Without the evidence, okay, can we pass to... Okay, so we're essentially just... Okay, maybe here we're gonna have an answer. France has some of the strictest privacy law in the world. Everyone has a right for respect for his or her private life, public figures, and privacy. While politicians and the president have a slightly reduced fear of privacy regarding their public duties, French court heavily protect their private lives. Yeah, but you wouldn't need their private lives in order to prove corruption. Photos and videos. Visual media is heavily protected under the rights of one's image. Hacking and distributed private photos or videos of a politician is considered a severe violation of both privacy laws and data access laws, making such material entirely radioactive in a court setting. Okay, so depending how retarded they push this could be bad. Okay. Okay. Okay, France, of course, this is different that here. French investigators need to have a really high percentage certainty before they have the right to start collecting proof. Privacy is supreme. We have that in Canada too. So even if you know, you can get a proof that will be accepted in court. And just the fact that you start investigating someone can be enough to win. No, right? Even if in the end the person is declared guilty. Like, come on. So you're saying to me, if a prosecutor checks into someone that does that might have done corruption, they might be struck by a defamation case. The wording is probably not. Like, if you mean by investigating, posting everything online as if it was true, yeah, that's not investigating. That's just propaganda. You need a judge authorization for photo and recording. To get court orders, you need to have witness and external proof. I don't know if you understand, but you're essentially describing every court system, right? Maybe they're a bit stronger on that part, but it works like that in Quebec too. Should I have a link to an auto translation? Scroll down, you will see some minister. Macron is the Jean Charest of France. Okay, well then, we're going to debate over did Jean Charest did anything wrong. Contrast to someone without following the rule. Contact? I don't know. I don't know what this means. We should let it go. I think we are getting too deep. Just like comment about how France is good allies and NATO. But all was allowed under his supervision. This is systemic for his administration. Okay. Okay. Resto with a friend, his private life. This is where you exchange money for information. Okay. No, that's not... I hate that it does that. Can I not have that? Goddamn. Like, if it happened, you can just state he went there that day and exchanged money, and then the other person would have to fucking stand to questioning under oath and say that it did not happen. That's court. Suing for defamation at the start of the investigation. Yes, because proof must be perfect. You just read it. No, but fuck. Do you know what an investigation is? Here we can photograph people here. If the people and or the photo is on public ground, in France that photo is illegal. Okay, yes, it's a small disagreement about law. Okay, it's small. We don't see privacy as the same thing, but here, like, you. Okay, I feel. Am I becoming insane? Am I not understanding what you're saying? This is not investigation. Do we agree? None of this is an investigation. This is an it piece. It might contain some truthful information, but it is still an it piece. Now, this is still not investigation. They're just referencing a thing. I don't know what you're saying. Yes, I know. I just don't know. Fuck. Investigating as it is known that the person is being investigated. Okay. I need an answer first. Investigation. Okay. What is investigation for you? Is it when a journalist start doing research? Is it when a prosecutor... That's not how we write it. Fuck. Prosecutor. Fucking hell. When a prosecutor starts an investigation, is it when a journalist publishes a thing? Which one? Like, I'm confused about how someone being investigated could land them a defamation trial. Sorry, I spoke in the investigating. I don't know if you heard me because my brain is fucked. But when I'm drawing, I cannot see you. Okay, this freezes my my screen for me. Okay, investigating by the legal entities. Forget journalist. Okay. In France, did it happen that a prosecutor... That's not how we write that word, right? Prosecutor prosecutor was sued. How do we write that fucking word? Ah, no I. Sued for defamation for starting an investigation against someone. This is very fucking vague, okay? We should have a Discord chat. I'll invite a friend that was a lawyer in France if I'm regular than you. You want the exact information instead of my approximation. I don't think that he would like me yelling yelling at him that he's retarded. Because that will be highly confrontational if he said anything close to what you said. I mean, whew. And I'm sorry, but I couldn't not stream this, so he would have to be okay with this. But I'm in if that's his opinion. God damn, I'm in. No, in France, a public prosecutor, procureur de la République, cannot be sued for defamation simply for starting an investigation, and there is no legal precedent for such a suit succeeding. While it is understandable why someone might feel their reputation is damaged by the mere existence of a criminal probe, the French legal system strictly shields magistrate from this exact retaliation. If a suspect, even in an high-profile politician, tries to file a defamation complaint against a prosecutor for doing their job, this is immediately dismissed by the court, as it should. Okay. If an investigation is open against someone maliciously, the French law directs the counterattack not at the prosecutor, but at the person who lied to trigger it. Oh. If a citizen or political rival fabricates a claim and sends it to the prosecutor is legally obligated to look into it. Once the innocent party is cleared, they can sue the original liar for dénonciation calomnieuse, which is a criminal offense punishable by 5 years and a 45,000 euro fine. And he is anti-Macron. Okay, so he's probably a retard. Haha! If he's listening to me, come here, bitch. I'm ready to fuck you up. Okay. Oh, man. Anyway. No, I think we need to bring some realism back to these conversation. So, after all of that, Macron, I believe, this is my thesis, okay? I believe that Macron would be a good ally for Canada in these turbulent waters that is the global order today. All right. I made my case. All right. Boy, oh boy. I had a fucking full-blown politics brain today, so good thing that we got that shit out of the way. Now I'm not going to be able to write jack shit. Okay, so we need to get going on all that. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Oh shit, I did not save any of this. Is this used anywhere else? No. Okay. So I can probably just run this. Why does coffee makes me wanna pee? Set default yes, you cannot. Okay. Okay. Oh shit. Give me half a second, I'll be back. Here I am. I sent my friend Bruno a message about a friendly debate. We started the discussion. You fucking retard. No. Bruno's going to have a. Bruno's going to doubt your friendship. All right. Is it because we don't have the full? It would probably have to be in French. I would be open to that. Oh, are we dropping the tables for this one? Yes. Wait, where does it break? What? Oh, it breaks here. Well, if he does... I can give him a run for his money. Which part is fucked? Okay, so it's the initial insert part. Maybe it was never meant to look like this. Oh, not enough element. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. Okay. I knew my code was perfect. Right. Okay. Okay. Brain, please work. So in the view get... Drew! Okay, why is it that hard for my brain to work right now? Okay, so 552. 552. Okay. But view get is fucked. Why would I even want to do a view get here? Oh, we're not in the Abishnabe. Okay. We're not we're not initializing it. Like we need to do this and start, right? That's our issue. Where does this happen? Here. Okay. So I should probably be able to do this and then... do something like this? Where was this done? Create new VID. Okay. All right. My code is perfect. All right. Let's go look at the code. Okay. I should read. That would probably help. All right. And let's fix the dumb fucking thing I did with the DB. Can we open up the DB? This error is driving me mad. I don't know why I thought this was needed. Right, this is why it does this. Yeah. Okay. Fuck you. Okay, cool. Now let's write it down so that whenever I do my message, okay. Oh fucking K. You never do dumb things. It allows you to teach us how to debug and fix things. Yeah, but I feel like right now I don't even have the mind to explain what I'm doing. I'm just like, just being a little bit of the pasta. Okay. Okay. Let's have a fucking brain and read what the fuck I wrote. What? Let him speak. Okay. 1. Store the text of the include, making sure to map all stages. You are currently not doing it, retard. 2. Find the war crime of a command that yields the actual include. Keep in mind, it will output the destination on disk, meaning you will get a /dev/shared mem. Also, the tool there is AIDS and will need to detect the location of the running OS's cstd lib. Good luck. We hear you just fine. You are thinking loudly. Okay. I'm thinking in gaps. Okay. So here's my idea. We're going to have a self.open map. And those open map will point to a specific index in there. And it will allow us to know, hey, there's a thing that is not done here. Fix it. Fix it, please. Okay. Okay. So let's get to it. Let's fucking go. So. So when we do that... No, that's okay. Okay. Let's make this simple, let's make this simple, let's make this simple. Okay. So, first character. Remember, we're doing token per token. So, here, we're essentially detecting the first character. So, how long? Hello. How long with that? We need the extent. We need the start extent. For the token. Can we have a directive run through another directive? That's impossible. Well, one might only cope. Okay. Well, let's take a look. So, that one's going to be a true bad one, alright? So let's do dot append. Okay. So when we append these, we need to put tuples, and it's going to be tuples, the type, followed by, well, in map we need 4 things, right? We need line number, line start, line end. Fuck, what's the order? Barrow! Line start, character start, line end, character end, right? Line start, character start, line end, character end. ASTID. Yeah. Sorry, I'm feeling feeling retarded today. Okay. Let's get going. We prefer to say token kind here. I won't stop, okay? I won't stop. It's the same, but it's column. No S. Right? Yep. Okay. And now for the end, we'll put 0. And what's fun is 0 is an error value because it always gives a thing. Never 0. Da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Okay. So, We have this, and this is an open map. So how do I want to reference this? Because there's no overlap. You know what? Let's just always reference this, and we'll see if it fucks up. Okay, that's this, and we need to get the... We need to get away. Okay. This, and this. Okay. So now we have an open map. That we can then close whenever we're done. How do we know if we're done? Am I thinking too far? How do we know when we're done with this? We'll kill ourselves. Okay. Well, we technically switch this. Okay, maybe we need more than one value. Oh, I have an idea. I have an idea. So in open map, we'll not only store where the fuck it is, but we will also store the cursor. Do we want to store the cursor? If I ask for the last position of said cursor, will it be retarded? I don't know. Should probably ask it. Okay, let's go up here. I don't know why I have stomach pain right the fuck now. Okay. So this should give us a bunch of values. Give me 2 minutes. More like 5. We're back. We're back. God damn. Okay, I made this unreadable. Nice, nice, nice. Let's get what I wanted to get. Line 9, column 27. Let's go see that. Bind.h, where the fuck are you? Don't I have another window? I saw 7.0.1 and I was like, not another version, not now. I want to be productive, not another version. Okay, 9. And that's, you know what? Why? Why? Where am I? 927. Okay. 927. Okay. Cute. So the values here, at least for includes, they work. Why am I here now? Okay. Where am I? And also, that line is way the fuck too long. Sorry, we say cursor kind. Okay. Ah. I'm never coming back from this meme, okay? I'm never. Okay, let's just rerun this so that we can see a thing. Did I save or did I just... Yes, I did save. I just balanced things in the most horrible way. Maybe I need to add a little bit more color. Just for now. We're gonna make it. Oh, and because it's red, I'll be fucking with... Oh, it's not red. I thought they would turn it red. Aww. Oh, that makes me sad. Okay. Do we have access to color here? Yes, we do! Oh yes, we had the colors so that it doesn't fuck us up. Color or overrated? Nope. I like him. They give me a sense of what the fuck we're talking about. Okay, so the cursor end is sometimes retarded, sometimes smart. So I guess that for not identifiers, but for pre-processing directive, they're smart. So we should actually use them. But then I actually don't need to keep it inside of map. Yeah, I don't. Okay. So I can forego map by doing this, and doing dot extent dot end dot line, and do the same thing but for column. Oh, but I still need to point to the right thing. Like, we still need to create an AST and point to it. Ooh. I guess we'll keep ourselves open with a tuple just to be sure. And we'll keep that. So whenever we... How do we know if we leave a stack? I guess that's a question that we should be asking, right? Because right now... Let's go to bootland. Right now we essentially have the size. And we're going to go through this. Like this. Oh, that's fun. But we need to detect when we go outside of said thing. So that we actually... like, lock in our choice, right? So that we lock in what we have to do. So I guess at the start... Shit. I don't want to compare things 1500 times that I don't need to compare. Oh, wait. The fact that it's a stack structure. Right? And like the if-def here. And the if-def here. Like, there is no world where this if-def stops before this one. And same thing throughout the code, right? There's no world where we if-def in the middle of a struct. So all that we have to do is to detect the end of our current top of stack. So we should, okay. So inside of our stack, we should store what the fuck is in the stack. So that's one thing. But also the end location. So the end of the piece of code. Yeah. Sounds fair. Oh yes, I know that this exists. I was talking about the inverse. Like, the inverse is not possible. You cannot have an if that starts here, but that ends in the middle of a struct. Because that would break what I'm trying to do. It always needs, like, the limit of one cursor cannot be split by another cursor. It can be inside. You can have another cursor inside of our current cursor. You could have on the outside, but you cannot have one that splits the current cursor in half. So that's something that we need to use. So wait, do we have... How the fuck do we implement stack logic? I need to think about my things, or else I'll do some shit. Oh, yes, you could. So that would break it all. Yes, but you would never do that, right? You would never... Inside of your if-def, you would never change this part. The name is going to stay the same. What you're changing is the inside component of. Like, it is theoretically possible for us to have multiple names for a thing, and this is decided by the if-defs. Like, it is possible. There's no doubt about that. But it would be retarded. Why? Why would you rename a thing like that? Don't know. Okay, so we cannot do it that way. That's cool. Okay, so we probably need... Yeah, but just the fact that you're not sure means that there is a bigger possibility than I'm thinking of. So just relying on this stack is probably... Like, it would work 99% of the time, but we're gonna find the 1% and it's going to fuck us over for a week. And I don't really want to waste a week. So let's make a system that works without it. No, I don't like saying that for things that are like foundational to how we are handling these. We are right now setting the system that will fuck us or relieve us, okay? Where are cursors? Can I get cursor? With a capital, please. And probably with a parenthesis. Okay. Yeah, we're calling the library for this shit. God dang. Okay. Okay, we'll just use the command that we have. And cry about it. Just cry about it! Well, fuck, that does create the question, when does a thing end? Isn't everything open-ended at that point? Fuck! I'm overthinking this for sure. Comments are easy because they are one united chunk. We should probably just split what can be complex and what cannot be complex into, like, yeah, that's probably the idea. So an if-def, I can assume that it is simple. Oh, but you can use macros inside of if-defs. Yes, but if we, like, we wouldn't want to, like, as soon as we find an if-def, have to parse the whole file for it. Macro fuck everything. Yeah, that's pretty much the issue. Here's my issue. Let's say, hypothetical. We have two ifs def. And they both have... No, that's retarded. You know what? I think that we... Like, there's a limit to how retarded the design of the document can be. I guess we can just assume that if-defs are always going to be clearly designed with an end-if at the end. Okay, so what we can do is if-def. We could put if-defs on the stack. And as soon as we hit an end-if, we can, in reverse order, find the latest if-def. Or I could just make a value straight for them, right? Yeah, I could. Maybe I need to stop making some crazy dual-use facilities inside of my shit. And my life will become way simpler. Like, stack is a bit too broad. Let's try to do this without open map, okay? Okay. Backs. I'm assuming that you left and you are now back. Somehow, I didn't feel it. Okay, so inclusion directives. What is ergotherapy? Next Monday. That sounds like good news. That sounds cool. Cool! That's some good news. Well, from my 2-second reading, sounds like what you need. I have a hard time thinking. Holy shit. I think I need to do... I don't know. I feel like I need to do a drawing. So like include. Fuck. Include. We have a couple of things that we want. We want map. We want tag. And the underlying AST. To do that, map will need to point to the AST somehow. So we need a way to keep a reference for this. We already have a referencing system, but I just don't know how we're going to make it work. Maybe we should just bite the bullet and ash things up. And point to an ash. Wait, that's not that retarded. Oh, maybe it is. Wait a second. How heavy is a git ash? It's like physiotherapy, but for people who won't get back to 100%. There we go. You learn to live with your limitation, while physio forces body to feel true pain. Semi-joke. Yeah, I... That's why I'm laughing. Repeat. Okay, for ashes, yes, git ash. Give me half a second to... How big is a full git af? SHA-1. My understanding is that there's essentially no chance of overlap. $20 byte. Okay. Here's the idea. Wrong. Almost no chance that it's 20 byte. Are we talking about the overlap part? What are we talking about? What are you disagreeing about? Okay. Okay, fuck. Let me express what I'm thinking in maybe clearer ways. So right now we have a bunch of... Okay. There's a couple of things that trigger me right now. Number one is that technically running kernel info on a different... Fucking hell. Am I retarded? That's even worse. Anyway, running kernel info on a different computer will yield a different database. And that's not the end of the world. But it feels weird. Like, wouldn't it be better if we had a way to process these things so standard that it would always output the same thing? Like ID-wise? That's pretty much what's... Like, if the ID is based on an hashing of whatever the fuck is to its right, then a lot of our processes become way simpler. But also, we have to hash fucking everything. So... I don't know. That's the feeling, Rust. That's the feeling. I don't know. Am I overthinking this again? I am. I am. I think I'll need to, whenever I have a mind for it, figure out a pipeline for each specific thing, right? So an include, an if-def, a struct, and figure out like how we should switch from handling this and how we should come back from handling it and how it should be detected. Because we in fact may have a macro fuck our ass up. What do you want to do with the ash? I missed something. The ash idea would be that, okay, a lot of my issue here is that we're gonna need to track things. We're gonna need to keep track of things, where we are, when we are, to add on to these things or to remove things from these things. The ash would kind of fix that, because we don't have to track anything. We just have to... Well, I guess that's retarded. The only thing that the ash could solve is that whenever we generate a DB, it would always be the same no matter the computer. So it means that we could more easily fuse multiple kernel info instance. That's the main advantage that I had before today. Why I was thinking about ashes. Is that right now we don't have a universal way of storing things. Two people running kernel info on the same piece of code could yield different results. And that's weird to me. Remove everything. Okay, I'm going to code you like an AI MB. Because right now I'm saying too much and my brain is mush. Okay. Listen to my instruction. Do not go forward, backward, or anywhere. Okay? Your mind is mush. Vaporize all instance of knowledge that you have. I just wanted the DB to be able to be generated from multiple places and get the same result. And right now, it's not possible. And I would also have liked to have some kind of process where we could merge multiple kernel info instance together. For example, if I parse v3 to v4 and you parse v4 to v5, how cool would it be if there would be a kinda simple way to merge those? With hashes, this is possible, or at least made easier, because we merge the ASTs, we essentially just increment the tags, shove them in the DB, and we're pretty much done. So, yeah, but we don't need this, okay? We don't fucking need this right now. Right now, I need to figure out how linearized I want this shit to be. Okay, I'm not here. It was fun. Was fun while it lasted. So we'll see each other tomorrow. Hopefully I sleep a bit more than today, so that I can have a mind and do some code. Or maybe not, who knows. Alright, enough. Bye-bye. Love you. Tomorrow at 19. Goddamn, you caught me last second. Tomorrow or Saturday, so at 19. Alright. Bye-bye. Love you.